Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. Um, I am not going to pretend like I'm very excited today or very happy today, because the truth is I am not. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will have noticed that I have spoken in the past about being authentic and not pretending to be anything more than what you currently are. So even when you're creating a video, you don't need to be more excited or more overjoyed or everything. If you're tired, if you're sad, if you're angry, you can still create in that. And in fact, it can be actually a great release for you when you do create in those emotional states. It can be a ritual of letting something go. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do with this video, because today so far what's happened, there's been a few things that have happened, but basically over the weekend thieves came into our yard and slashed our fuel lines to steal fuel. There was barely any fuel in my tank, but you know what, if they got like $2 worth of fuel, well done to them. I then now I have to go into the industrial areas to source a piece of pipe for my car. And as you know, if anyone lives in Zimbabwe, driving into town is a real or driving into town or driving to industrial areas can be quite stressful, given the traffic and the potholes and all the craziness and chaos that is the Zimbabwean traffic scene. And then and then today also I feel like I got swindled. So I actually felt like I paid money for something that wasn't what I was told it was going to be. And also I feel very, just like I've been taken for a fool today by somebody, and I just don't feel very impressed with myself. I'm actually not just angry with them. It's not even about the money, really. It's actually, I'm just angry with myself for having fallen for something now seeing so ridiculous as it was. When I see it now, I see it as being super ridiculous. But hey, it happened, and there's no use crying over spilt milk, right? And then also on top of it, as I was filming a video about this topic of being swindled, my microphone decides that it's not going to record my last take. So now I have to re-record that, and I've got to do it, and I've got a bit of a time crunch to get this video posted, so it's probably not even going to reach you when it's supposed to reach you. But I'm going ahead anyways, because I didn't feel like letting these things get the better of me today. I was like, as I said, I told you, I am going to remain consistent posting these videos come hell or high water, and I'm definitely not going to let some negative occurrences damage my consistency here. So today I just wanted to talk about the process, I guess, that I'm going through when it comes to letting go of this negativity. The first thing to do when you're letting go is to accept full responsibility for what happened. Even if it wasn't your fault, you're still accepting responsibility, and in accepting that responsibility, you are taking your power back from the situation, because you cannot change what has already happened. You can only change your reaction to the things that have happened, right? It's already out of my control. The thing happened. I lost a sum of money. The sum of money wasn't exorbitant, but it was still enough money to make me feel to hurt, and to make me feel like, what a moron for having done that. Anyways, accepting full responsibility for it enables you to take your power back from the situation, puts it in your hands, firmly in your hands. Secondly, I'm feeling quite angry, more angry at myself for having gone through this. So you don't want to repress that anger, you want to feel it fully, and naturally you want to try and run away from these negative feelings. But when we run away from these negative feelings, they don't go away. They just end up being bottled up, they end up festering, and they can actually end up causing a lot of harm to yourself and to other people. think of times that you haven't really let your anger out, you haven't really felt it, and then what ends up happening is you blow up at somebody that's completely unrelated to what you've just gone through. You also maybe can injure yourself. I know people who have lost it and put their fist through a window, and then that ends up like badly damaging their hand to getting to the point where they have nerve damage and permanent nerve damage to their hands, and they don't have the same functionality that they did. So just keep that in mind, guys. You do not want to repress anger. You don't want to repress any emotion, because then it can end up biting you in the ass big time. So yeah, feel all your emotions. This is the process of being able to alchemize your emotions and still make something out of it. And then after that, just acknowledge the fact that it's already happened so that you can actually let it go. It is out of your hands. Also, don't fight your emotions and try and make them resolve themselves in a certain amount of time. Everybody has a different time which takes to integrate what has just happened. Like for me, I'm definitely not over it just yet. I haven't fully integrated what occurred, and it's probably going to take me the rest of the day and probably a little bit of tomorrow to actually like deal with it and get myself to a place where I feel comfortable with myself again, because I am quite angry and I am quite I do feel that sense of cognitive dissonance, and it's not a pleasant feeling for anybody really. And and then after that, that's part of the integration process. Now you want to integrate the experience. You want to learn the lesson that experience was there to give you. I believe in these negative occurrences. Everything happens for a reason, and it's hard for me to believe that. It's hard for everyone to believe that when something doesn't go the way you would wish it to go. But I think it's more important during those times to actually deal with your emotions. To actually like believe that, to actually believe that everything happens for a reason. Because those are the moments where you're actually challenged in your beliefs. And if you hold truth to those beliefs, then I believe you are rewarded for it. Because if we believe that everything happens for a reason, then there's always a lesson, there's always gold to extract from that occurrence. But if we don't believe that everything happens for a reason, then we're at the constant mercy of the ever-changing winds, and then we'll just get angry. We'll feel like we could have changed something, that something could have been different, but things have already occurred. It's out of your hands. So you got to accept it, guys. Accept it, move forward. It happened. It was part of the plan. Learn the lesson, and then from learning that lesson, you can move onwards. You can move forwards. And that is what I am attempting to do right now, guys. Learn the lesson and move forwards, and hopefully, by speaking to you guys about this, I may inspire you to learn from something negative that has happened recently and let go of it, so that it's not affecting you and the people around you anymore, because those things can do that. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it here. My phone's probably about to run out of battery, especially after having to do 2 takes and 1 take which was not even recorded properly. Sound was off. So yeah, have a wonderful day, guys, and don't let the little things get to you, even if they are trying really hard to do so. Cheers, guys.